You know that moment when someone asks how you are, and you smile and say you're fine. But inside, your heart is breaking? You know that feeling when you're surrounded by people, but you've never felt so alone? When you cry in the shower so no one hears. When you wait until everyone is asleep to let the tears fall. When you turn your face to the pillow and muffle the sound of your pain. I want you to know something today. Something that might change everything for you. God sees those tears. Every single one of them. The ones you hide from your family. The ones you don't let your friends see. The ones you swallow down when you're at work, pretending everything is okay. The ones that fall in the middle of the night when the world is quiet and you feel like you're carrying a weight no one else understands. God sees them. He counts them. He keeps them. The Bible tells us that He stores our tears in a bottle. Can you imagine that? The Creator of the universe, the one who spoke the stars into existence, cares so much about your pain that He collects your tears like they're precious. Because to Him they are. Your suffering matters to Him. Your broken heart moves His heart. Maybe you've been hiding your pain for so long that you don't even know how to share it anymore. Maybe you've learned to put on a mask every morning, to be strong for everyone else, to keep going no matter what. Maybe you've cried so many tears in secret that you wonder if anyone notices, if anyone cares, if your pain even matters in this big, busy world. It matters. You matter. And God sees you. Not just the version of you that you show to the world. Not just the smile you wear like armor. He sees the real you. The hurting you. The exhausted you. The you that's barely holding on. The you that wonders how much longer you can carry this weight. The you that feels invisible to everyone else. But you're not invisible to Him. You never have been. You never will be. In those moments when you feel most alone, when the darkness feels like it's closing in, when you wonder if anyone would even notice if you weren't okay. He's there. Right there with you. Closer than your own breath. He sees the tears you're too proud to show. The tears you're too tired to explain. The tears you don't think anyone would understand. Maybe you've been hurt by someone you trusted. Maybe you've lost something that meant the world to you. Maybe you're carrying a burden that feels too heavy, a secret that's eating you alive, a pain that has no name. Maybe life has disappointed you in ways you never thought possible. Maybe you're grieving something that no one else seems to think is worth grieving. Maybe you're lonely in a way that makes your chest ache. Whatever it is that's making you cry in secret, God knows. He knows the whole story. He knows what happened. He knows what was said. He knows what was done to you. He knows what you lost. He knows what you're afraid of. He knows why you can't sleep at night. He knows why your heart feels heavy even on good days. He knows the questions you're afraid to ask out loud. And here's what I need you to understand. He doesn't just see your tears and walk away. He doesn't just notice your pain and move on to someone else. No. He sits with you in it. He enters into your suffering. He carries what you cannot carry. The Bible says He is close to the broken-hearted. Not distant. Not disconnected. Close. Right there in the mess. Right there in the pain. Right there in the middle of your worst moment. You don't have to explain yourself to Him. You don't have to find the right words. You don't have to make your pain sound important enough, or valid enough, or spiritual enough. You can just come as you are, with your tears and your questions and your broken pieces, and He receives you. He welcomes you. He doesn't turn you away because you're struggling. He doesn't love you less because you're hurting. If this message is touching your heart right now, if you're realizing that you've been hiding tears that God has seen all along, would you subscribe and leave a like? It helps us reach more people who need to know they're not alone, that their tears matter, that God sees them too. Maybe you've been trying to be strong for so long that you've forgotten it's okay to be weak. Maybe you've been holding everything together because you think that's what faith looks like. But friend, faith isn't pretending you're okay when you're not. Faith isn't hiding your pain and calling it strength. Real faith is bringing your broken heart to God and trusting that He can handle it. That He wants to handle it. that he's been waiting for you to let him in. You don't have to cry alone anymore. You don't have to carry this in silence. You don't have to pretend you're fine when you're falling apart. God already knows. He's already seen. He's already making a way through this pain, even if you can't see it yet. Even if it feels like nothing is changing. Even if the tears keep coming and the hurt keeps hurting. He's working. Even in the silence. Even in the waiting. Even in the moments when you feel like he's not there. He's there. And he's not finished with your story. This pain you're feeling? It's not the end. These tears you're crying? They're watering something new that's about to grow in your life. This darkness you're walking through? There's a dawn coming that you can't see yet, but it's coming. God sees the tears you hide from everyone. And he's keeping every promise he ever made to you. The promise that he'll never leave you. The promise that he'll work all things together for your good. The promise that your pain has purpose. The promise that mourning doesn't last forever. The promise that joy is coming. The promise that he sees you, knows you, loves you, and will never let you go. So tonight, if you're reading this with tears in your eyes, know that you're not alone. Those tears? God sees them. And he's moved by them. Your pain has reached his heart. And he's already at work, bringing healing, bringing hope, bringing you through to the other side of this. Hold on. Keep going. Let the tears fall if they need to. But know this, you are seen, you are loved, and your story isn't over yet. You know what breaks my heart? It's when good people, faithful people, people who love God with everything they have, feel like they have to hide their pain even from him. Like somehow, if they're really trusting God, they shouldn't be hurting this much. Like tears mean their faith is weak. Like crying means they've failed. Can I tell you something? That's not what God thinks. Not even close. When you cry, you're not disappointing him. When you hurt, you're not letting him down. When you're struggling to understand why this is happening, you're not failing some test of faith. You're being human. And he made you human. He knows what that means. He knows what it costs. Jesus himself wept. Did you know that? The Son of God, standing at the tomb of his friend Lazarus, with the power to raise the dead in his very hands, and he cried. He didn't hide it. He didn't apologize for it. He didn't explain it away or spiritualize it. He just let the tears fall. Because love hurts sometimes. Because loss is real. Because even when you know how the story ends, even when you know resurrection is coming, the pain of the moment still matters. Your tears matter. They're not a sign of weakness. They're not evidence that your faith is broken. They're proof that you have a heart. That you love deeply. That you feel things fully. That you're alive in a world that sometimes breaks us. And God doesn't want you to hide that from him. He wants you to bring it to him. All of it. The anger. The confusion. The disappointment. The fear. The exhaustion. The doubt. The questions that keep you up at night. Maybe you've been praying the same prayer for so long that you're starting to wonder if God even hears you anymore. Maybe you've asked him to take this pain away, to change this situation, to fix what's broken, and nothing seems to change. Maybe you're tired of being strong. Tired of having faith. Tired of waiting. Tired of hurting. Just tired. I understand. And so does God. More than you know. He's not frustrated with you. He's not keeping score of how many times you've asked the same thing. He's not rolling his eyes at your tears. He's not wishing you would just get over it already. No. He's listening. Every single time. He hears the prayers you pray out loud and the ones you can't find words for. He hears your heart when your mouth can't speak. He hears the groaning, the sighing, the silent screaming that happens deep in your soul where no one else can reach. And he's answering. Maybe not in the way you expected. Maybe not in the timing you hoped for. Maybe not in ways you can see yet. But he's answering. Because he always answers his children. Always. Sometimes the answer is yes. Sometimes it's no. Sometimes it's wait. Sometimes it's something completely different than what we asked for, something better than we could imagine, but we can't see it yet because we're still in the middle of the pain. Here's what I've learned through my own tears, through my own dark nights, through my own seasons of wondering where God was. He's always closer than we think. Always more involved than we realize. Always working in ways we can't see yet. The tears we cry in secret? He's using them. He's letting them water seeds of something new in our lives. He's letting them soften soil that's been hard for too long. He's letting them wash away things that needed to go so something better can grow. If you're finding hope in these words, if you're realizing that your hidden tears have always been seen, would you take a moment to like this video and share it with someone who needs to hear this today? Sometimes God uses us to remind each other that we're not alone. Maybe right now you're thinking about a specific pain, a specific wound, a specific loss. Something you haven't told anyone about because you don't think they'd understand. Or maybe you have told people, but they didn't respond the way you needed. Maybe they tried to fix you when you just needed someone to sit with you. Maybe they gave you advice when you just needed someone to listen. Maybe they told you to have more faith when what you really needed was for someone to say, "I see your pain, and it's okay to hurt." God says that to you today. I see your pain. And it's okay to hurt. It's okay to not be okay right now. It's okay to be in the middle of something hard and not have all the answers. It's okay to feel weak. It's okay to feel lost. It's okay to feel like you don't know how much longer you can do this. Because you're not doing it alone. You never were. Even when you felt most abandoned, most forgotten, most invisible, He was there. Carrying what you couldn't carry. Holding what you couldn't hold. Keeping you when you felt like you were falling apart. There's a verse in the Bible that says God keeps our tears in a bottle. Think about that image for a moment. God, who holds the oceans in His hands, who measured the mountains and weighed the hills, who knows every star by name, takes time to collect your tears. One by one. He doesn't waste a single one. He doesn't think any of them are too small or too silly or too much. He treasures them. Because He treasures you. Every tear you've cried in the car on your way to work. Every tear you've wiped away before walking into a room full of people. Every tear that's fallen on your pillow in the middle of the night. Every tear you've hidden in the bathroom. Every tear you've blinked back because you didn't want to make others uncomfortable. Every tear you've swallowed down because you thought no one cared. He has them. He's kept them. He knows the story of every single one. And one day, He promises, He will wipe every tear from your eyes. There's coming a day when there will be no more crying. No more pain. No more death. No more grief. No more loss. No more heartbreak. No more loneliness. No more fear. A day when everything sad will come untrue. A day when everything broken will be made whole. A day when all the tears will finally make sense because we'll see what God was doing all along. But until that day comes, He sits with you in your tears. He doesn't rush you through them. He doesn't tell you to hurry up and heal. He doesn't shame you for taking time to grieve. He just stays. He stays when everyone else leaves. He stays when the night is darkest. He stays when you have nothing left to give. He stays when you can't feel Him. He stays when you're angry at Him. He stays when you doubt Him. He stays. Because that's who He is. He's the God who stays. So if you're hiding tears tonight, you don't have to anymore. Not from Him. Bring them into the light. Let Him see them. Let Him hold them. Let Him hold you. You don't have to be strong right now. You don't have to have it all together. You don't have to pretend. You can be real. You can be broken. You can be hurting. And He will still love you. He will still be with you. He will still be for you. There's something I need you to know as we come to the end of our time together. Something that might be the most important thing you hear today. Your tears are not wasted. Not a single one. Every tear you've cried in secret, every moment of pain you've endured alone, every night you've wondered if you could make it through, it's all been seen. It's all been counted. And it's all going to count for something. God wastes nothing. Not your pain. Not your waiting. Not your unanswered questions. Not your broken dreams. Not your shattered heart. He's a God of redemption. He takes what was meant to destroy you and uses it to develop you. He takes what was meant to break you and uses it to build you. He takes your deepest wounds and turns them into your greatest wisdom. He takes your darkest valleys and teaches you things about His faithfulness that you could never learn on the mountaintop. The tears you're crying right now? They're watering something. You can't see it yet. You might not see it for months. Maybe years. But there's something growing in the soil of your suffering. Something beautiful. Something strong. Something that could only grow there, in that dark place, in that painful season. God is growing patience in you. Compassion. Depth. Understanding. A tenderness toward others who hurt. A strength that doesn't come from avoiding pain but from walking through it and discovering that God was faithful every single step. Maybe you feel like you've been in this dark place too long. Like everyone else has moved on with their lives while you're still stuck here, still hurting, still waiting, still wondering when things are going to get better. Maybe you look at other people and they seem fine. They seem happy. They seem like they have it all together. And you wonder what's wrong with you. Why is your healing taking so long? Why is your breakthrough not coming? Why do you still cry when you thought you'd be past this by now? Can I tell you something? Healing isn't a race. Growth isn't a competition. Your journey is your own. God isn't comparing you to anyone else. He isn't frustrated that you're taking too long. He isn't wishing you would hurry up and get over it. He's walking with you at your pace. He's meeting you exactly where you are. He's not ahead of you, tapping His foot impatiently. He's right beside you, holding your hand, carrying you when you can't walk, giving you strength for each day, each hour, each moment. And those tears you hide from everyone? The ones you think make you weak? They're actually making you strong. Every time you choose to get up when you want to stay down. Every time you choose hope when despair would be easier. Every time you choose to trust God when nothing makes sense. Every time you choose to keep going when quitting feels like the only option. You're becoming someone you weren't before. Someone stronger. Someone deeper. Someone who knows what it means to hold on to faith when everything else is shaking. One day, and I believe this with everything in me, one day you're going to look back on the season and you're going to see what you can't see now. You're going to see that God was there. You're going to see that He was working. You're going to see that every tear mattered. You're going to see that He was preparing you for something you couldn't have handled without walking through this fire first. You're going to see that He was removing things that needed to go and adding things you desperately needed. You're going to see His hand in places you thought He was absent. And one day, someone else is going to be where you are right now, crying in secret, feeling alone, wondering if anyone sees them, wondering if their pain matters, wondering if they're going to make it through. And you're going to be able to look them in the eyes and say, I know. I've been there. And I want you to know that God sees you. He sees every tear. And He's going to bring you through this just like He brought me through. Your pain is going to become someone else's hope. Your tears are going to water someone else's faith. Your story is going to be someone else's survival guide. Before we finish, if this message has touched your heart, if you felt seen and understood today, would you consider subscribing to this channel? And would you leave a like so that others who are crying in secret can find this message too? Your support helps us reach more hearts that need to know they're not alone. I want to leave you with this. Tonight, when you're alone, when the tears come again, and they might, don't hide from God. Don't run from Him. Run to Him. Tell Him everything. Tell Him you're tired. Tell Him you're scared. Tell Him you don't understand. Tell Him it hurts. Tell Him you need Him. He can handle it. He can handle all of it. He can handle your anger, your doubt, your questions, your confusion. He's big enough for all of it. And He loves you enough to sit with you in it. Your tears don't push Him away. They pull Him closer. Your weakness doesn't disappoint Him. It invites His strength. Your brokenness doesn't disqualify you from His love. It positions you to receive more of it. Because He came for the broken. He came for the hurting. He came for people exactly like you, exactly like me, people who know what it means to cry tears that no one else sees. But He sees them. He's always seen them. And He's keeping every single one. Because you matter to Him. Your pain matters. Your tears matter. Your heart matters. You matter. Not because of what you do or what you achieve or how strong you are or how well you hold it together. You matter because you're His. You're His child. His beloved. His treasured one. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can separate you from His love. Not your tears. Not your pain. Not your doubts. Not your struggles. Not your worst day. Not your biggest failure. Nothing. So hold on. Keep going. Let the tears fall when they need to. But know that you're held. You're seen. You're loved. And this season, as hard as it is, as long as it's lasting, as painful as it feels, it's not forever. Joy is coming. Healing is coming. Peace is coming. Hope is coming. A new morning is coming. And when it does, you're going to look back and realize that you were never alone. Not for one moment. Not for one tear. God was there. Seeing you. Keeping you. Loving you. Bringing you through. God sees the tears you hide from everyone. And He's so proud of you for still standing. For still believing. For still holding on. You're stronger than you know. You're loved more than you understand. And your story, this chapter you're in right now, it's not the end. It's just the middle. And God writes beautiful endings. Hold on for yours. It's coming. I promise you, it's coming. May you feel His presence tonight. May you know His peace. May you rest in His love. And may you never forget that every tear you've ever cried in secret has been seen by the God who loves you more than life itself. You are not alone. You never were. And you never will be. Amen.